Second vlog of the day, because I have a shitload to rant about over what has happened over the past 2 or 3 days, however long it was. So, by the way, if you don't like when people bitch about other people that they know, leave now. Because this is pretty much just gonna be what I'm doing the entire time. Because I'm just sick of people. I swear to God, every year I just get bitchier and bitchier and bitchier. But not like, ugh. Just, I kind of feel bad for some of these people because they try and then they just annoy the shit out of me. And then some of them I don't feel bad for. And I just want to punch in the face. Or in the vagina. Or give them a vagina with how hard I punch their dick. Okay, so the first person I'm gonna talk about is this girl. I said in my last vlog I'm selling tickets during lunch or giving out order forms for lunch, during lunch for Grease. Well, I actually handed out a few to the kids at the table that I usually sit at, and one of them was like, oh, well, can I get these seats? And I'm like, I have no control over what seats you get. The people who run ticket sales are going to give you the best possible seats for when you hand in your money. I told her this yesterday. Today, she comes up to me while I'm listening to My Chemical Romance, by the way. I'm walking through the hallways with my music blasting. If that is not enough for you to realize that I do not want to talk to people, silent communication, body language, to quote Ursula from Little Mermaid. She comes up to me and she starts telling me what kind of seats her parents want and if they don't want these kind of seats, and I'm telling her, I'm like, I have no control over what kind of seats you fucking get. And she's like, oh, well, my parents want... and I cut her off and I was like, if your parents want to pick out your seats, go to the music wing after school, because that's when the ticket sales are there. So go then, because I have no control. And then, thank God, she had to go the other way in the hallway. So, oh, God. She sits at my lunch table, and, like, there's only... You know how, like, there's people that there's only so much of them you can take. You can tolerate them, but after a while, you just want to run away. That's what I did. There's people at my lunch table that, like, I will go to like, every once in a while, I have to go to the library, or I have to go somewhere else, because I just can't do it. I just cannot sit with them again. I'm like, I have to take a break. I don't want to bitch at you. So I'm just gonna go to the art rooms, go somewhere else. So that's one person, but that's really all they've done to me in the past couple days. So that was kind of excusable. There's this other kid that I talked about in my creative expressions group. I love creative expressions. I love that class. It was just the two people in that group that just, like, oh God. Apparently our video was very good. I forgot to actually put it in that other video that I made about it. But if you search Loalbo, you should be able to find it. That's Loalbo. And you'll find like his students' work. And ours is the one that's just like creative expression, social commentary. And there's trains in it. Yeah. Anyway. I told you about that girl, Christine. Who just... Christina. She's Christina. Sorry. There's a Christine and a Christina in that class. Christina is the one that was pissing me off. Well, she's kind of, like, off to the side now. Like, we don't really interact too much anymore. Anyway, I'm sorry, just side note. We're doing acting in creative expressions now. I'm excited because, like, in case you haven't noticed, I like to act. Anyway. So, she doesn't really sit. Her and that other kid that I might have told you about, I'm not sure. He was like our lead and he can't act. His name is Matt. And I'm sorry, like, if he sees this, like, sorry, dude, I don't know how the fuck you found me. And I don't know why the fuck you're watching this. And if you tell anyone about this, I will cut you. Because this is my vlog. It is private. That's why I left it under this name and I don't put it on Facebook. I don't put it anywhere. Unless somebody asks me and I feel comfortable giving it to them. One of my friends asked me, she was like, oh, I love people that do vlogs. Can you send me it? And I'm not gonna bitch about her because I love her. She does nothing, like, she does not offend me at all. I love her to death. So I'm like, sure, here you go. There you go. I'm never gonna complain about her. So, and if I complain about her friends, you know, sorry. She knows me. She knows I complain like a motherfucker, like a whatever. Anyway, we sat in a row, in a column together. The only reason I was there was because on the first day of school, I was late. I don't know how I was late, because literally the class that I have before that is right next door. I think I thought that it was somewhere else, so I went walking somewhere else in the school, and then I was like, shit, it was right next door. So I went there, and then I was late, so I just sat in that seat because it was open. I got stuck sitting there. I've been sitting there since September. Monday. I'm like, okay, I can't take this anymore. I need to get away from this kid, because this kid is just annoying as fuck. He just annoys the crap out of me all the time. And he, like, pokes me during class, and he's like, and I'm like, I don't give a shit, just leave me alone. And, like, I can't really see too much from that side of the classroom. It's kind of hard to see people. So one of my other friends, Christine, not Christina, Christine, is on the other side, and she has an open seat in front of her. So I'm like, hey, Christine, can I go over and sit, like, before he got there, I was like, can I go and sit by you? And she was like, oh yeah, sure, come over here, because, like, we're friends. We're not, like, besties or anything, but we're friends. We talk during gym, we like, I kind of like some of the bands that she likes. I don't follow her on Tumblr because I don't follow too many real-life people on Tumblr. I think I follow, like, 2 or 3. Maybe. And really only because, like, I love them and I'm not going to... I'm not going to ever say anything about any of them. And my URL has nothing to do with anything in my life that they know about. Their lyrics to a song that I will not specify. There are also lyrics that are not entirely true. They're not the correct lyrics because I changed something in them because the lyrics that I wanted were already taken. Anyway, this is not about Tumblr. This is not about... if you're watching this, you're probably already on there, so it doesn't even matter. So I move over there, and I'm like, okay, thank you, Christine. Like, I'd much rather be over here, because over there is boring, and Matt's over there. And she just goes, Matt. Like, she doesn't like him either, because he's just annoying, and he's a creep. Yeah. So I'm sitting there, and then Matt gets in a row. Christina, the one that I was in a group with, goes over and sits on the heater, which is like, we sat on the left side of the room, which was closer to the door, and then I moved literally all the way to the right side of the left side of the room. I'm not even gonna bother with the hands because whatever. And then I moved to the right side of the room, which is closer to where the heater is. It's a couple feet away from the heater. She goes over and sits by the heater. She's not bothering me. She's not talking to me. I don't really care. She's talking to some other people that are sitting over there. Matt gets in a fucking rolly wheelie chair, rolls over, And literally, like, here's me sitting in the desk. And he sits right here. Like, literally, this, like, I had my arm on my desk, and his arm is touching my arm, and I'm just like, why the fuck are you near me? So we turn around to my friend, and I'm like, and she's like, I know, and this happened on Monday. He has done it every single day since. And then today, somebody else took the rolly chair, so he took a stool and went over and sat near me. I put my bag down. I put this bag, see this big-ass bag, because I carry a big-ass bag. I put it down on the other side of me so that he couldn't sit right next to me. Because, like, I know if you judge me right now and you call me a bitch, I don't even care. Because this kid just invades my personal space on a daily basis. And I ask him to, like, just, like, Matt, I'm not comfortable being this close, and he disregards it. Like, I'm like, Matt, yo, like, back off a bit, okay? Personal space, man. He has no concept of it. In rehearsal yesterday, before rehearsal started, I'm sitting in a chair. He comes over and he stands right on, like, I'm sitting there. He comes over and stands right next to my knee, and I'm like, and then he starts talking to the girl sitting on the right of me. He's standing on my left. He starts talking to the girl on the right. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to go over and talk to these people. So I went over and talked to them. Another story. Okay, I'm done with him for now. I might mention him later because you all know, if you've watched my videos, I jump around all over the place because I cannot keep a straight train of thought unless I write it out, which I don't. These are unscripted. Anyway, so in between when I stopped practicing color guard after driver's ed yesterday and before rehearsal started, I was sitting and eating some dinner that my parents had brought me, or my dad had brought me right after school got out. He brought me like a sandwich and stuff. I went downstairs and grabbed some baked chips from the vending machine. So sitting there talking to these people, I'm talking to my friend Courtney, my friend Bridget, my friend Ben, who I've talked about on my last one because I love him, and my friend Jess. So we're sitting there and we're talking, and then this girl, different Christina, because there's so many Christinas in my school, we're just going to call her Christina P. She, like, I'm calling people by name now. Like, this is really dangerous, you guys. Like, seriously, like, any of them finds this, they'll just hate me forever. Look at all the fucks I give. There are none. Actually, I do give a little bit of a fuck, but not too much, because I know they'll never find this. They have no reason to, unless my friend, who I talked about before, shows it to them, which she's not gonna. Because I don't think she's friends with most of them. Doesn't even matter. I don't even know. What am I even saying at this point? Okay, anyway, Christina P is, like, walking around us, like, we're up against a wall, and she's, like, walking around us like a fucking, I don't even know. And out of nowhere, like, I don't even remember what she was saying. All I remember is that all of a sudden I hear the word faggot come out of her mouth, and I'm like, excuse me? What did you just say? Like, she didn't use it, like, I'm sorry, there is no proper way to use that word. There is none. It's just not, like, there is nothing. There's no context in which you can use that word. I even hate saying it. Like, oh. So I'm like, excuse me, what? And she just goes, what does that even mean? I'm like, wait, what? You don't even know what the word fucking means? And she's like, no. And I'm like, okay. You know what a fucking faggot is? A faggot is what they called a bundle of sticks that they used to burn gay people with. They burned them to death. They burned them at the fucking stake. Along with people that they thought were witches, people that had seizures. And she's just like, oh. And my friends and I are sitting there, and, like, my friend Ben, he's gay. He's sitting right next to us. Nobody needs to fucking hear that word. No one needs to... One. Can I just list all the things that are wrong with that? One. That is just a horrible fucking word to use. Two, you don't even know what it fucking means? Are you kidding me? And you... Are you fucking shitting me? Like, really? Just... Oh. She reminds me of my little sister, except my little sister would never fucking use words like that. Like... Although I complain about my sister a lot, and sometimes I just want to punch her in the face because she steals my books and she wrote in my Harry Potter journal. And used my stickers. I was pissed. But I have another one, so I've forgiven her for that one. My sister knows enough to never use words like that. She actually, I think she used it once, but she was like in, like, 5th grade, and she heard it from one of her classmates. That, I can kind of, like, I gave her a little bit of leave on that one, because she's in 5th grade. You know, but this girl's I know she's a freshman, but she's in fucking high school. Like, are you, ugh. And then there's this other kid, Will, who's, like, friends with her, and then he comes in, and they're both walking around us, talking to us, and my friend Courtney and I are just sitting there going, oh my god, go away, go away, go away, please go away. And then they're, like, they're both freshmen, by the way. Then this sophomore comes in, Dan, who's, like, if I hang out with him alone, or, like, if he's with me and a couple of my friends, I can hang out with him. That's okay. Or if it's just, like, me and him sitting around waiting for the buses, that's okay. But, like, when his little freshman henchmen start coming around, like, I swear to God, if I hear the word Yu-Gi-Oh! Or, like, I don't even know, one more time, I'm just gonna die. I have nothing against Yu-Gi-Oh! I have nothing against Yu-Gi-Oh! Personally, I think that Pokemon's better. But that's just me. You feel free to like Yu-Gi-Oh! Better if you like Yu-Gi-Oh! Better. I'm just so sick of hearing about it. From him. In detail. Every single day. It's just... Ugh. So then we're like, oh guys, it's 6:30, we should probably go into the pack. And like, we don't say this to them because we're bitches. But I say it to like my group of friends, and we're like, oh yeah. So we get up and we walk in there and we're like, oh, okay. We're away from them now. So we sit down and we start talking, and then literally 10 seconds later, they walk in the door and start making all this fucking noise, and we're like, shut up. People are trying to work. Like, there weren't, like, rehearsal hadn't technically started yet, but the pit was, like, getting ready and stuff. And people were walking, like, I think there was a couple of crew there, I'm not sure, though. And they were attempting to get the soundboard started, so we were like, you have to be quiet. And then, so I'm sitting there, and then, I told you already, Matt came in and stood right next to me, and I'm like, so I go over and I talk to my friends, and I found out that one of my friends broke up. Her boyfriend broke up with him, and I was just like, I want to be with you. Well, not with you, but like, I want to be able to talk to you. I feel really bad for her because like they were so cute, and they were. I don't know what happened there, and I don't want to ask her because I don't want to like. If she needs to talk, I'm open to it, but she's not gonna talk to me because like we're not really good friends anymore. But I still feel bad for her, you know. Anyway, back to me bitching about everyone, because that's what I do with my life. Oh, Jesus Christ. We're sitting there talking, and they're, like, right near me, and I'm like, oh, leave me alone. I just can't. Like, my friend I was talking to Christine today, and she's just, like, she was, new here. She like, freshman year, my freshman year, which was, like, 2 years ago, because I'm a junior now. Almost 3 years ago in June. Anyway, she came into our school district freshman year. And she didn't really know too many people, so she just, like... And then she was like... she was talking, and this is not like quote unquote, I'm just gonna summarize like what she said. She was like, so freshman year I came here and I didn't really know anybody, so it was nice to a lot of people. Sophomore year I just like cut out half the people in our grade. I don't want to talk to them. This year I'm about down to like a fourth of our grade. And I was like, girl, you explain my life. Except that's me with the entire school. Just, oh god. Today, Matt was gonna sit right in front of me, and then my friend came in, and I was like, Brendan! And he was like, is anyone sitting here? And I was like, oh yeah, Brendan is. And Brendan heard me, and he was like, oh, okay. Because he understands. Because Matt had a crush on him, and he and Matt would not work well together. Actually, I really shouldn't say that because I wouldn't know, but Brendan does not like Matt in that way, and Brendan thinks that. So, yeah. Just people. I just dislike people more and more every day. Anyway, that's enough of me being a complete and utter bitch. Good night for now, my friends.